After a short German introduction, the rest of this video will be in English. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe von Underground. Heute schauen wir uns den vierten und letzten Beitrag aus dem Virtuelle Welten Adventure Contest an. Aber dieser Beitrag ist anders als die ersten drei auf Englisch. Und da es so viel Text ist, dass ich das schlecht simultan übersetzen kann, machen wir gleich das ganze Video auf Englisch. Also, hello and welcome to another issue of Underground. In the Underground series we present to you media that are not from the mainstream, but all sorts of other things like video games, ebooks, videos and stuff like that you can't regularly get in a store. And in this video I'm going to show you the fourth submission to our adventure contest that we did a while back. And this is a video. This video is in English because the entry to the contest, the fourth entry, the fourth submission, is in English as well. And it's Mr. Bunting's Modest Adventure. So let's have a look at Mr. Bunting's Modest Adventure. It's done by Raincoat Workshop. And well, let's have a look at the credits. Mr. Bunting's Modest Adventure, created by Anna van Zyl and André Campher. Hope I pronounced that at least somewhat correctly. Who did all of us was in this what's in this game, and some additional sound effects from freesound.org. Support by the scripts, music played by Anna. Okay, special thanks to the Visionaire community Caffeine. And it's created with Visionaire, so with one of the adventure toolkits. Okay, let's have a look at the options. Okay, we can set the volume of music and sound effects and control. Okay, that should be pretty much as usual. Okay, then let's start. New game. Oh, British weather. By no means do I consider myself a very interesting person, and ordinary people must find small pieces of adventure where they can. One such story started when I received a letter from an old acquaintance of mine. Her name is Madeleine Felton, and she had a rather peculiar request. Dear Edward, I hope you are well. Much time has passed since we have last spoken, and quite a number of things have transpired. I am writing to you in order to request your help with a personal matter of some importance to me. It concerns the last will and testament of my recently deceased uncle Bertram. You never met him, but he was a kind person who helped me find my feet after the death of my parents. Before Uncle Bertram fell ill, he promised to leave me his country house, a place I have always loved and where I hope to live. However, his last will and testament disappeared after his death. I only assume that it has been destroyed by his only brother and my uncle, Rufus Bickley. He stands as the sole beneficiary in the absence of a will, and is an unpleasant sort of person whose gambling debts are no secret. I have now discovered a letter, more aptly a note, addressed to me by my uncle before his passing. I believe that it hints at the existence of another will hidden away. Could it be that he had foresight to create a copy? The problem is that Uncle Bertram was fond of riddles and other oddities, and seems to have provided me with nothing but cryptic clues as to the whereabouts of this document. I recall that you have always been good with puzzles and the like, so I was hoping that you could help me. I am somewhat alone in the world now, and have few people I can turn to. This is a sensitive matter, and I think you will understand my position. If you're interested in lending your assistance, please come to Bickley House at your earliest convenience. It is located just north of Belfield Village. Sincerely, Madeleine Felton. I decided to help her since I had studied under her father and the family had shown me some kindness. Also, the dreary city weather was beginning to work on my nerves. And so it starts. Mr. Bunting's modest adventure. I had a bit of a hard time reading the story because it was not that the font was not very easy to read, and what I find very interesting that it's a very rich language that the author has used, and I think a lot of these words you normally wouldn't find in an adventure game. So let's have a look. We can go to the park. There's a tree. Yes, it's a tree. Nice animation, talking animation there. It's a tree. So then let's go to the park. Oh, another tree. Indeed, more trees. Oh, have you noticed the transparency going on here? That's nice. So, a very, very own kind of graphic style. Very consistent. Quite like it. So there's trees, more trees. And let's have a look at the reading man. Oh, very interesting. Can you see the virtual dimension logo here on the front page? That's one of the rules for the contest was that there has to be a reference to the virtuelle Welten or virtual dimension, so that I can see that it's indeed a new game that was created specifically for the contest. And now let's talk to the reading man. The man is sitting on the bench reading a newspaper. So, good day, sir. What is in the news today? I don't know. It's in German. If you don't understand German, then why are you reading a German newspaper? To discourage nosy people from bothering me. I'll be on the lookout for nosy people then. So indeed a very good pun about why has somebody who talks English and doesn't really understand German taken part in a German contest. But I really enjoy also having international people taking part in there. So, and now let's what's there? There's a bench. Quite the pleasant spot. Yeah, indeed. Reading man, let's go on. To the front gate. The clay house. It's a sign. Yeah, sign, Bickley house. There's a gate, there's a wall. A high wall surrounds the property. Okay. Are there more trees? Trees! What else can I say? So then let's go. The gate, the large iron gate, is open. I did send word that I would be coming today, so they must be expecting me. Then let's go inside. House. House, gate. To the driveway. Also very interesting, there are a lot of locations in this adventure, and even if you don't really do much with it, a lot of effort was put into it and some very nice graphics here. So, what do we have here? Driveway feature, a basic garden feature. Shrubs, a lush growth of different shrubs. Two things make reading a bit interesting. So the font doesn't really go well against light backgrounds, and the speed in which the text is displayed differs. So sometimes it's a bit long, sometimes it's a bit short, but all in all, it works pretty well. So, yeah, before we have a look a lot of more, before we go into greater detail about that house, so I suppose the place does have its charm. Let's go inside and talk to Madeleine. Front door. Knock knock. Oh. Good day, sir. Mr. Edward Bunting, I presume? Yes, that's correct. Please follow me, sir. Miss Felton is expecting you. So, and there she is. Madeleine, let's talk to her. So, let's have a look at her first. Madeleine Felton, heir to the Bickley property. Yeah, if we can find the will. Or rather, that's what I'm here to prove. So, good day, Madeleine. I hope I didn't keep you waiting for too long. Not at all, Edward. How good it is to see you again. You wrote that you're doing well. Indeed, things are going well on my side. It sounds like you're having some trouble, though. As I explained in my letter, I find myself in an unpleasant situation. I fear that if we do not find the copy of my uncle's will, this beautiful house that I am so fond of will no doubt be sold off by my other uncle, Rufus Bickley. Yeah, that would be a shame. I'm glad to help. My uncle promised that he would leave Bickley House to me a long time ago. Just before his passing, he also gave me this note. It's rather cryptic, but it may be useful. So, and what does it say? Madeleine, if willing to look, you will find to study the things I have left behind. B.B. Willing to look, the will you will find to study the things I have left behind. It's clearly addressed to me, and the play of words on will is just too obvious to ignore. Here, take it with you. Maybe you will notice something I missed. You're right. It does sound like it is hinting at something. Unfortunately, this is the only thing I have to go on. I'm currently looking through boxes of my uncle's belongings for anything that could help us. I think you should know that he spent most of his time in his study and his private garden, so that's probably where we should start looking. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to ask. Dobson will also be standing by, so feel free to ask his assistance if necessary. So that must be... Dobson must be the butler. Yeah, Dobson the butler. Indeed. So... and let's have a look. The boxes. The box is full of Bertram Bickley's belongings. Madeleine is sorting through them. I've got other things to find. I'll offer to help later. Same here. What we have here, there's a chair. I don't think I should be lazing about. No, neither do I. There's a rag. A fairly dirty rag. Let's take that. Okay, here's the inventory. The letter, the poem, and a rag. Close that inventory. The clock. A beautiful mantel clock. Oh, nothing I can do with it. Well, matches. A box of matches. Let's take them. Yeah, in an adventure you have to basically get grasp of everything that you can get. Might prove to some value later. What's that painting? A scene of a dark forest with rays of light piercing the canopy. Slightly morbid, but well painted. Okay, nothing I can do with it. What's in the drawers? An antique chest of drawers. I have no need to rummage through these drawers. Okay. So something... Dobson, can you tell me something? Dobson the butler. He looks almost as old as this house. Pardon me, Dobson. How can I help, sir? Where's the study? It's right through the door behind Miss Felton, sir. Okay, das muss dann. So that it has to be there. So, where's the garden? There's a door leading to the garden from the study, sir. You can't miss it. And that's all for now. Very well, sir. Okay, anything else that Madeleine can tell me? Pardon me, Madeleine? Yes, Edward? We'll speak again later. That's fine, Edward. More paintings. More paintings of forest scenes. And there's an urn. An ornate urn. Looks old. Side table, an antique side table. Nothing I can do with it. Then let's go to the study.